please.
Mayor Denoyer.
Here.
Vice Mayor Aragon.
Here.
Commissioner Carlisle.
Here.
Commissioner Harrison.
Here.
Commissioner Martinez.
Here.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
All right, will you please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation as given by Pastor Rex Petty of Faith Tabernacle Church. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Come forward to the podium, Rex. No. Oh, he wants to pass. Yes.
Before I pray, I just gave you a little article. It's a short little story about a dog in Pennsylvania who greets people who come to church on Sunday mornings. And he says that he hasn't missed a service in 4 years. And when he hears the pastor's tires hit the gravel in the parking lot, he runs from the rural home that he lives. And he comes to the church's front door and he greets the people as they come into the church. An amazing story. But the part that I wanted to bring your attention to before I pray is the very last line. They call him Cheater the Greeter. His name is Cheater. And it says at the very end of the article that Cheater the Greeter has discovered his calling. And as God even can call a dog to greet people, he's called all of us to do things to be a blessing. And I want to thank all of you, the city commissioners, who you have a calling on your life that God has placed upon you to come and serve the people of this community and to do what you do, to make the tough decisions. And it's not always easy doing what you do. And all of you who serve, God has a calling on your life. So thank you. And for all of you here that serve in the city, thank you. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you. So let's pray. Lord, thank you for these men and women. I thank you for the service in our community to help make the city of Liberal a better place. I pray, Lord, that each one of them will feel a sense of appreciation here tonight of the calling that you have on their lives, that you have put them in the positions that they are in right now to help and to be a blessing and to use their giftings that you have given them to make life better here in Liberal, Kansas. I pray that they will sense and feel your presence in their lives, and I pray for good health and strength, that you will bless them and give them wisdom in this meeting tonight to make good decisions. And we ask for your guidance and direction in all that's said and done here tonight. In your precious name, we pray. We thank you again for your calling on each one of our lives. Amen and amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, first item on the agenda is awards, proclamations, and presentations. Seeing none, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. And as you'll notice, there's been an item that has been added. It has been inserted as item number 7, bumping everything down, ordinance 4446. So I call for a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended. Second.
A motion by Commissioner Harrison with second by Vice Mayor Aragon. Any discussion on the agenda? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed, motion carries 5-0. Next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. Approval of the June 14th regular meeting minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? If not, I'd call for a motion to approve as presented.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the June 14, 2016 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Carlisle, a second by Vice Mayor Aragon. Again, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. Next is agenda item number 3, which is the approval of the June 14, the items from citizens, agenda item number 4. Are there any citizens in the audience that would like to address the commission on items that are not on the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item number 5, items from groups. Are there any groups that would like to address the commission on non-agenda items? Again, seeing none, agenda item number 6, the consent agenda. All items are considered to be routine by the City Commission and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a commission member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Acknowledgement receipt of minutes from Liberal Convention and Tourism Board meeting of June the 16th, Liberal Metropolitan Area Planning Commission January 14th, February 25th, and May 12th, and Liberal Planning and Zoning Board of Zoning Appeals March 10th, May 12th, and May 16th special meeting. Any items you wish to see removed or discussed?
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Vice Mayor Aragon. Again, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. Agenda item number 7, which is ordinance 4466, rezone of property from manufactured home district to an R3 multiple family dwelling district. Mr. Kirk.
Ordinance number 4466, rezoning the following described property from mobile home, manufactured home district to a multiple family dwelling district in lots 1 through 18 and parts of lots 19 through 22, block 6, and lots 18 through 22, block 5, Park Properties, 4th edition of Liberal, Seward County, Kansas. The attached ordinance number 4466, which would rezone the lots as listed above from a manufactured home district to a multifamily dwelling district. As of June 1st, I have not received any negative response to this rezoning. On May 12, 2016, the rezone was brought to the planning board. After review of the rezone discussion among the planners, it was a recommendation of the planners to forward the rezone of Park Properties 4th edition to the City Commission for acceptance. Staff recommends that the City Commission approve ordinance number 4466 as recommended by the Planning Commission and use the land for the construction of new residents for the City of Liberal.
Any questions for Mr. Kirk?
You've had no feedback at all, negative?
No, sir.
And I make a motion we approve the ordinance number 4466.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Carlisle with a second by Commissioner Harrison. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 8, Resolution 2239, which is a vehicle abatement. Rocky.
Evening, I'm here to present to you resolution number 2239. This is in regards to 1204 Northwestern. The vehicle abatement, the property owner has been properly notified of the violation and the 10-day period of abatement, and I'm requesting that you guys pass the resolution number 2239.
Any questions for Mr. Camarage?
If there's no tires and wheels, you ask him what happened, or?
No, I didn't go into that much detail with him. He totally understands what's about to happen, what's going to go through, so he should have no problem with what's about to happen.
That home recently also was involved in a home fire.
Yes, sir, it was.
And it's my understanding that code enforcement has allowed him additional time to recover from that before
Yes, sir,
leaving this property.
that's correct. He has come in actually 3 separate times to talk with me, and one time by his wife,
Right.
his spouse.
Is he moving forward?
With the progress of the vehicle, no, the motor
How
vehicle.
about the kitchen fire?
I don't know very much about that, the fire itself, as to whether he's done any renovation to the property or anything like that.
He's had restoration companies in there several times. There's an back and forth with insurance on who's paying for what and things like that. But
Okay.
I've visited with him on numerous occasions about the inside of the home, but he plans on restoring it.
Okay.
I drove by the vehicle tonight on my way to the meeting, and it was still up on blocks, no tires, so.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve resolution number 2239.
We have a motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Commissioner Martinez. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Rocky. Next item up on the agenda is agenda item number 9, Fire Department bunker gear purchase. Mr. Kirk.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners. Should have information in a memo for me in your packet regarding our proposed purchase of 5 sets of bunker coats and bunker pants. This is kind of an annual deal for us. For our PPE, we like to keep those on no more than a 7-year rotation, and depending on how they get used up, worn out in training, during responses, or maybe damaged with chemicals, things like that, that can increase or decrease the number that we need. But talking with Captain Brian Fornwall, he's the one that goes out and gets all the quotes for us. He thinks 5 sets should get us through this year, and I believe that comes in the bid would go to Weiss Fire and Equipment this year, and that's the Inotex gear. And I think I've told you in the past, we kind of like to keep that gear in the same brand because we need to keep some in stock in our gear locker just in case a guy's without gear, we can get him into something. And because those are measured to the firefighter, those are actually matched sets. We wouldn't want a Veridian coat with Inotex pants or things like that. So it's kind of important for us to stay with a vendor as long as we can. A lot of times price dictates, but this year we go back to Weiss Fire with the Inotex gear.
Commissioner, any questions for Chief Kirk? Seeing none, call for a motion.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion we purchase 5 sets of protective clothing from Weiss Fire Equipment at a total quoted cost of $7,703.35.
I'll second it. Motion by Commissioner Carlisle, with second by Commissioner Martinez. Any further discussion? Seeing none, call for the vote. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Chief Kirk. Next item is agenda item number 10, Police Department Annual Taser Purchase. Chief Sill.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, you have in your packet a request to purchase 4 new tasers along with assorted equipment to include batteries, cartridges for the tasers. We have these tasers issued to all of our line officers. We keep them on a 5-year rotational period, largely due to the fact that they are a safety item for the officers, and over a period of time they do fail. So we have these on a 5-year rotation. Each year we budget for these funds. We had budgeted $4,800 for the purchase of new tasers. This year they came in at a quote of $4,828.91. Along with that, we're requesting $361.64 for additional batteries, cartridges, training cartridges, and battery sets for both models that we have in service. And that brings the total to
Any questions for Chief Sill on the purchase request?
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the request in the amount of $8,190.55.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Vice Mayor Aragon. Any further discussion on the taser purchase request? Seeing none, all those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Sill. Next item is agenda item number 12, which will be the city manager's report. Oh, no, excuse me, number 11. I didn't want Rhonda to speak. Number 11, I just wanted her to show up at a meeting, see what they were like. Agenda item number 11, our Kalen assault update. And Mr. Mann, you're welcome to come up also.
That's all right. I'm good. Good evening. Thanks for allowing me to come and update you today. I know you got in your packet kind of a summary of what we did, but I just wanted to point out a few things that we had 172 participants this year from 164 last year. We did open up the 1 mile to anybody, not just kids, and so some adults did the 1 mile also. We have a committee of 10 members that volunteers that helps us out throughout the year to help plan this event. And then Jim Betts, Scott Betts, Mike Rice, and Justin Alexander built up some new obstacles out there. I don't know if you've been out there lately, but they're right there in sight, so you can see them as you drive by. It was a great event. Lots of volunteers. We had 44 volunteers from the city that came out and helped us out with a great incentive to the city employees. So they had a great turnout with the city employees and then 18 community employees. And that's not counting the Boy Scouts that also came out and helped us with the parking of our vehicles. And of course, you can't do anything out there without thanking Jody Thompson and Chad Johnson for helping us mow and getting things ready. And I know Gerald Mann, he went out there also and helped mow and do this, get it ready for us. So we got lots of sponsors, 24 businesses sponsored, either with financial money or materials that we needed. And so tourism this year donated $4,000 to us. Plus, they also did the race bags and bought things to put in the race bags also. Other than the community also did things in the race bag. And then we got a $5,200 donation from a foundation in town. So anyway, it was a great success. Next year, put it on your calendars, June the 10th, 2017. Lots of comments on this one. I haven't heard anything negative about it. People want us to do it twice a year now. And so, anyway, lots of comments. Well organized, they say, better than last year. So I think it's going to grow and grow every year. And it's a great people bringing people out to Arcaland Park that's never been out there, even from the city of Liberal. And it's great. Also in there shows you where people came from. We did have some from like Kansas City area, Blue Springs, Missouri. We had a person from there in Golden, Colorado. So hopefully we'll get more people from out of our little southwest Kansas area. But we had some, and then also put a map of the course there so you could see kind of where everything is. And we'll probably kind of keep it this course next year too. And that's all.
I would just suggest as you get into your planning sessions for next year and the years after, it's essential to keep it fresh, keep it new. Don't hesitate to come to the city commission with ideas for the possibility of more obstacles, different types of obstacles as you do your research on what's going on in other parts of the country. I think this is a good thing for the city. And I think to see it continue to grow is there's only one way, and it's up. And you guys have done a tremendous job over the last 2 years. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all your volunteers, your crew, your staff, the Arcaland staff, and all the volunteers. It's showcasing. The comment I heard, even from local folks, was that was the first time they'd ever been out to Arcaland, and I think events like this will sell them on the park and the camping and the fishing, and it's a win-win situation. So thank you.
Definitely, and I think we had more people out there camping this year than we did last year too. So that was great.
Thank you guys for all your work.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now, agenda item number 12, city manager's report. Mark?
Mayor, Commissioners, would like to give you some updates on Mary Frame Park. We've rescheduled the playground equipment supervisor. Would that be due to the chance of the rain? We're hopefully going to get him back, which will be next week. And it was just, he comes out for one day, and we have staff, Parks Department, Street Department, everybody is out there to construct that in one day. So it was with the chance of rain and that, we would hate to not be able to construct that. So that'll probably be moved to next week. Downtown, I know you're aware of, and like Daniel, that there's going to be a big break, roughly about a month. About a month that we're going to still do some cement work down south. That is getting caught up, but then we'll start on down south from the intersection of 54 and Kansas Avenue, and we'll go down to Pine. So you've seen probably Daniel's been supervising. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but he's made the changes on the light project, and you can see those going up, currently now. We will, at the end of this, be having the painter finish off Main Street. The other is in the not too distant future, we will concrete the intersection of 15th Street and Kansas Avenue. We will set that up, and we'll have it on our station. We'll get with the radio station. Maybe they can visually or verbally talk them through it, but we'll try to get out through the newspaper the detours to get where you're going. So that should be not too long of a time, but it will be an inconvenience because it is a major intersection, and we usually in a 24-hour period roughly have about 15,000 cars go through that intersection in 24 hours. So it will be something different, but when it's all completed, it'll make that intersection nice. It's basically 120 feet north from the center intersection of the intersection, 120 feet south, 120 feet west, and roughly about 400 feet to the east, which will put it to the good concrete on the other side of the Dillon's north entrance. So it'll be, that's coming in the not too distant future. But other than that, departments have been working real hard to keep up with the weather. We appreciate the rain, but it also makes things grow that necessarily we don't want to grow. In fact, the street department and Chewy crew has been out there even spraying. I stopped and there was a gentleman from the street department spraying today again, and it's like that every day to try to keep ahead of them. So things are going well. The baseball and softball will go to co-ed, but you know, the men's and women are starting to wind down. So is with the recreation youth, where in the first 2 weeks, the Babe Ruth and Cal Ripkins should all be done with their local district tournaments, and I think we're having three different ages that are having district tournaments. So a lot of stuff that's going on, and you know, staff is trying to keep ahead, and I appreciate what they do.
Okay. Any questions for the city manager?
I got a question. I had a meeting yesterday, and they asking about the striping crews. Is when they do the new striping downtown, will they do some other streets around there?
We have some, and then of course we have our striper. We have some projects that we've been waiting on, but we are going to do additional striping, and then this individual will do all of Kansas Avenue, and then we'll take north of 15th Street. That'll be done by ourselves, but we'll start working those around. But we will at the end. The crossings should roughly, street crossings should be from Pine all the way up to roughly 11th Street.
These are the new
so we're gonna get
reflective
out.
eye striping. They're supposed to be pretty nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a epoxy paint, what they want to use.
That'll last for a while.
Yeah, it's like twice longer than the regular truck paint. It's got a longer life.
Good deal.
Any other questions for the city manager? All right. We'll move on to items from commissioners. Let's start with Vice Mayor Aragon.
Yeah, just like to thank the staff. I know you're all busy, doing a good job. Appreciate it. That's all I have.
And Commissioner Harrison.
Yeah, I'd like to thank staff too, especially the building department. They've kind of been overwhelmed, code enforcement, with all the rain and everything else. I really appreciate what you guys have done. It's not an easy job. I know you face angry people every day. It's kind of like being a police officer or a fireman, but really do appreciate what you guys put yourself out there to do and try to make this community a better place and a safer place. And sometimes people don't understand what you're there for, but I think most of us pretty much understand it. I can't say enough about all the city employees that are working outside right now. You can go anywhere you want to, any day during the week. There's somebody mowing, somebody edging, somebody weed eating, somebody blowing grass off the sidewalks. I mean, it's the biggest effort I've ever seen here.
And it's hot outside.
Yeah, in this community, it's the biggest effort I've ever seen by the city employees really getting out there and trying to make this place look great, and you're doing an outstanding job. I don't know if people have noticed, I've had a lot of comments, so I think some have, but I've noticed the motorcycles with the police department are out and about and catching a few folks, which we're going to get some heat over that, I'm sure. Why are they stopping us? Well, were you breaking the law? Did you have your seatbelt on? Well, no. Well, okay, you're going to get stopped, but and I know Chris and his crew's been busy working on the budget, and Mark, and it's just a lot of work going on in the city that people don't understand. But if you have a problem, come down here and address it with us. This is the place, or call me or call any of these guys. You don't have to get on Facebook or on the radio and talk bad about us. Come talk to us. We'll try and help you out. That's it.
Thank you, Commissioner Harrison. Commissioner Carlisle.
I want to thank Mark and Danny for getting on that street there at Southern Pioneer. Did a good job. I really appreciate that. Appreciate city staff going out and doing the cleaning up, making this town look good. I'm done.
Okay, just for a second though, so there's no misunderstanding. That isn't a street by Southern Pioneer. The city does that as out of kindness for Southern Pioneer. I don't want anybody to think that that's a street.
It's got a street sign there.
No, it's not a street.
Top of the cul-de-sac.
Where's this located?
It goes, if it's a street, it's Southern Pioneer Street. That's the way it works. The city of Liberal does not build streets. If that's your property, you get a chance to build your street. And their interpretation is that that's not their street. So if it's not their street, I don't know why we're maintaining them, but I'm fine with it. They do a lot of good here for us. I'm fine with helping them out, but it's not a street.
All right, Commissioner Martinez.
I attended a ball game this weekend for the Rattlers up in Garden City, and I kind of said something out loud so they could hear it. That how good our fields look compared to the Garden City. So kind of rub it in. My father-in-law was here from Mississippi, and I said, yeah, they don't compare to our fields up here. So looks good, guys. So that's all I got today.
All right, I too want to thank staff for working out in the heat, doing jobs that sometimes are thankless, whether it's mowing, edging, weed eating, abating vehicles, abating property. You guys got a tough job, and know that you have the commissioner's support. You're supported by, as you heard all five of us say tonight, you have our support in what you do. Firefighters and fire gear, I know it's got to be tough on 100 degrees if you're fighting a fire. So make sure, and I know you know this, stay hydrated, and safety equipment is always priority. So I don't think you would have a problem if you need something else to help keep cool in this heat. So I know I've opened that up, but also, guys, fire, police, you guys are doing a great job. I've had a lot of positive comments on the motorcycles. So being visible and interacting with the community is always a win-win situation. So thank you for doing that. I don't know if the commissioners have had a chance to go by, but Convention and Visitors Bureau made a donation to the Eagle Scout project at Dorothy's house, and that is progressing very nicely. I think they should be wrapping up pretty quickly. So things are going very well. The demolition, everything's down, and the construction should be nearing completion very soon. So young man, Mr. Ehrman, did a tremendous job with that. Quick reminder, guys, tomorrow night, 5:30, we have a work session meeting right here. And then, let's see, Thursday, July 7th, we'll have our not-for-profit funding requests presentations. Businesses have, or organizations have till 5 o'clock on Thursday to submit their applications, and then we will hear their presentations on Thursday, July 7th at 5:30, and I believe the same day as ribbon cutting at Love's Travel Plaza. So
yes.
Some things coming to fruition there, so.
I think Mark, Jeff updated that, they moved it to in July, a week
Yeah,
after.
July 7th.
Is it July 7th?
Yeah, July 7th,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Instead of
It was
10
for
o'clock.
this Thursday, or
Yeah.
was for.
Yeah, it was this Thursday, but it'll be July 7th at 10 o'clock in the morning, the ribbon cutting with the chamber. They want to get a week of trial and error under their belt first. So other than that, that is all that I have. I want to wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July. There'll be a family picnic out at Brent Gould Field, and the BJs will be playing with the fireworks to follow right afterwards. And if we continue to get moisture, we should be okay, as long as the winds stay down. So move on to agenda item number 14, the vouchers.
And I'd like to make a motion to accept the vouchers in the amount of $2,550,781.34.
I'll second that.
Motion by Vice Mayor Aragon, a second by Commissioner Martinez. Any further discussion on the vouchers? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next item up on the agenda is an executive session, a 5-minute executive session per KSA 75-4319B1, personnel matters of non-elected personnel. Need a motion by Commissioner Harrison. Second by Vice Mayor Aragon. All those in favor in entering the executive session? Motion carries 5-0. We will go in right now, 6 o'clock. City Manager, Commissioners, Legal Counsel. And we'll come back out at 6:05. Call the meeting back to order. Commissioner, is there any action as a result of the executive session, or is there a desire of the commission?
None.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Then I guess seeing none, I'd call for the adjournment of the meeting.
So moved.